Okay, take two. My microphone started being stupid, so now I'm gonna keep watching my OBS the entire time I'm recording. Yeah. So, as you see, I have something pulled up on my wait, no, pretend you didn't see this, Oh, that's a black hole, simulation in the form of a map art. We're just gonna ignore that and open a new tab again. Also, I use Bing, so it's weird. I gotta make sure the OBS is picking up my voice, and somebody that goes by the name of Psyched just messaged me. Well, actually, just pinged everyone in the Discord server. Actually, there's a cord that is kinda trapped in this. Wait, no, I got it. Okay, here we go. Here, this is fine. This is such a mess. Yes. Hi. Hey. How you doing, dear viewer? I am a nerd. This is such a terrible opening. How do people open with me? I'm just gonna skip the very cringe opening and just say I am going to ask you some questions along with me. Mainly talk to myself. See, I talk to myself all the time. This is just an excuse to quote unquote talk to somebody else without actually talking to somebody else. Now, what we're doing here today is we are going to get philosophical. This is take two, by the way. You can tell why. Reality. The world or the state of things as they actually exist, as opposed to an idealistic or notional idea of them. A thing that is actually experienced or seen, especially when this is grim or problematic. Okay, that was kind of. Oh, and now there's an M&M's ad. Okay, this is absolutely incredible. You know what? Why don't I just mute that completely? Because Spotify ads, they seem to be a copyright issue. If you know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm saying. Here, actually, let me go to YouTube.com. Let me go over to volume alpha. Go over here. Oh God, fuck. Okay. Let's see. What's a good song? What's a good song? It's a good. Here we go. Beginning. Yo, it's these. I remember. I saw this jungle tree background in this. I didn't remember this giant watermark in the way, but you know, who could blame you? And it's loud. Okay. Oh, you know what? Oh, God damn it. This one is loud too. Is it so hard to ask? Okay, Clark. Yes, Clark is good. Clark is a good... Okay. So, I asked myself a question a while ago. What is stopping me from questioning reality? Nothing. Okay. Got that out of the way. That's not the question I was thinking of. I'm trying to remember how I phrased it in my brain head. Why is reality real? Basically just questioning why a word... Well, it's what it means. And we get into a whole thing about, like, words having meaning and why they have meaning and shit like the alphabetical order of the order of the... It doesn't... that doesn't matter. Oh, God. Jesus, fuck. Is there not a chill/quiet song that I can turn up and volume be consistent throughout the entire video, so it's not like I have to manipulate the volume every... you know what? You know what? I'm gonna go to, you know what? Hold on. I actually have Minecraft open right now. Let me go to options, music and sounds, turn music, blast it. Blast the music. It's not doing anything. There's no music happening. This is not very chill. This is not a chill day. You know what? I'm going to just... Oh. There we go. Title screen music. That's what I was looking for. You can't find it. I mean, you can because it's obviously existing songs. What is this, beginning 2? I think this is beginning 2. I gotta manipulate the volume to be just right. Okay. You're gonna hear a bit of annoying background noise. Totally normal. It's completely fine. I got some Pokemon. No, wait. What am I doing? What am I doing? I am talking about reality. Right. So, I just wanted to make a video to show off how smart I think I am. Question reality. Basically. You can question reality, and you can go to all sorts of rabbit holes. Right? Philosophy is the liquid embodiment of that. It is the purest form of what the fuck is going on with my head, right? Now, I might seem a little distracted because I've been playing chess for the past week, and it is currently 1:41 a.m., and my mind is full of how to move the king when it's in check and how to move a knight in general. Because, as we all know, the knight is the fucking weirdo. Now, here, let me take you to the beginning, right? Well, before we get started, my belief, I'm atheist and I believe in the Big Bang Theory. Yes, if you are not atheist and you do not believe in the Big Bang Theory, then I could see how you would not believe it because it sounds extraordinarily stupid. Here, let me get to this. Let me get this. Happened. That's right. Is how astronomers explain the way the universe began is the idea that the universe began as a single point and expanded and stretched lives ago. What's the Big Bang all about? What caused Shut up. What triggered the Big Bang? It's complicated. Yeah, aka I'm dodging the question. Now, we don't know why. Quite obviously, because if we did know, then that would get rid of a lot of the problems, and then we'd be very happy. Well, we don't know. However, I wish in this video, my original idea was I was going to actually talk about this, but then I, for some reason, decided, let's get philosophical. And now I'm sitting here like, well, this is dumb. Why don't I just talk about this? Because that was going to be shit anyway. So, we're not talking about philosophy. We're talking about Big Bang Theory. Oh God, my words are very out of hand. Right. So, what is the Big Bang Theory? In fact, what is the entirety of what was Cosmos definition? Let us see. The universe seen as a well-ordered whole. Right. Well. Oh, there's more music. There's more. This is Mog City 2. There's Beginning 2 and Mog City 2. He made sequels. C4 made all them sequels. You know, I wish that Lena added more songs than just the Nether songs and Pig Step. But you know, it's fucking sick either way. And think about where Minecraft will be in 10 years. Like, this is the first step in adding multiple. Oh, I'm off track. I'm off track again. I'm just saying, like, I'm very excited that there's going to be more songs than just one composer. You get that diversity, because obviously Lena Rain and C418 have very different views when it comes to, you know, the stuff. But songs like Pig Step and the ambient soundtracks, you know, like the songs, not just the disc, but the other 3 songs, those are sick. They do not perfectly I was gonna say they don't perfectly go side by side, but they do. They go side by side despite being very clearly different. They fit, however, they're not the same. It's having diversity, right? And diversity in music is all I ask for, especially in Minecraft. And I'm glad that we get a first step in the future of that. And I'm very sorry to say it, but the music in Minecraft is not doing too much good shit. Let me physically go through here. Oh, Cold Summer. That's perfect. You know what? Actually, it's not, because I have a better idea. This is just like a last resort, by the way. Go to my YouTube homepage. You get to see my YouTube homepage. I don't know why that. Scary sounds of space, pig step. What the fuck is that? Audience reactions to Finding Dory, Stranger Things in Minecraft. Because that out of context. Yes, that's how I pronounce it. Sue me. XQC and oh, is that Iron Man? Sherlock Holmes. Oh, Nile Red. Great YouTuber. Okay. What were we doing? This has been on my homepage since I watched like 3 videos and also the entirety of their playlist. There's some chill shit, obviously. Okay, I gotta be very specific when it comes to decreasing the volume of that. Anyway, so now we can commence. Yes, so, the universe as a whole, right? I actually have a radio show that I am not able to do because school is very annoying. But this happens to be one of the rare occasions to where I'm free, because it's the weekend, right? And I'm just sitting here like, alright, well, I'm kind of bored. All my friends went offline because they went to bed, and I cannot go to bed because I don't want to. So, what I'm doing here is I'm just entertaining myself. It's good content at the same time, you know? Killing 2 birds with one... that's actually a very bad... I don't want to say that. How about I am piercing 2 falling leaves with 1 stare. Yeah, no, you know, it doesn't matter. Multitasking. 2 things at once with 1 action. It's crazy. I know, right? Yes. So, what is the universe in my eyes? Well, it's full of crazy shits like stars, planets, quasars, nebulas, galaxies, void. There's also the void, and maybe a bit of void in it too. There's a lot of nothing in my universe, but the nothing is completely negated when you're surrounded by the views. There's a show that I watched, a movie actually. It was made by it's the show was made in Italy, like the movie came from Italy, so it's not English. I want to say it's Italian, but I don't actually know, so I'm just gonna say it's not English. It's about this group of people that go on a spaceship that's heading out to Mars, and while they're going to, it's basically like a consumer spaceship. Like it's like a it's like basically a giant supermarket slash luxury hotel slash cruise ship, but in space, right? And they're supposed to be in there for a week, or 2 weeks in order to get to Mars. 22 days, I think. But suddenly, something comes across their spacecraft, a piece of space debris that's obviously for us future space debris, which, you know, makes the show not scientifically accurate because I'm gonna be using a lot of recyclable rockets. But maybe not everyone will transfer to that. But anyway, there's a piece of space debris, right, that's come towards the ship. They gotta avoid it, and they end up spinning all their nuclear fuel. Well, they don't end up spinning all of it. They avoid it by making a very sharp and fast turn, meaning they got a lot of velocity now in one direction. And if they don't change their course, then they're going to be ejected out of the solar system. So obviously you would want to change your course back, which they can do. However, a screw from a separated booster, which for some reason a screw existed, punctured the fuel cell and caused the nuclear fuel to begin to melt down. So they had to eject all of it out into space. And then they had no fuel. There are so many flaws with that. There are so many ways that could be avoided by designing it differently, which I guarantee you people will do. Not gonna have a giant design flaw. Like, hey, you know that very common and very serious problem right now that is space debris? Like one of the most common and most threatening bits of it, like a screw. Yeah, what if that were to hit your most important component of the ship? Yeah, here is like only one method to save you from that, and that causes you to lose all of your fuel. Yeah, no. So what I'm thinking is they'll make it like stronger and maybe not use nuclear, but you know who knows? Who knows? Anyway, right? So they have to eject all their fuel, and they're heading out of the solar system. It's bad, and they can't do anything about it. And the whole show is about that. It's about the people leaving the solar system. And I'm not going to spoil it, although I'm pretty sure that, you know, well, maybe somebody watching this hasn't watched that. Most likely, I think, because it's like a very unknown movie, I would think, because I didn't know about it until I randomly crossed it while going through a recommended of a very small show called Cosmos, which, no, not the one from Neil deGrasse Tyson. It was one about. I am so off track, it's unbelievable. My original point is this. Cosmos. Oh shit! I was talking about the show Cosmos, and here I am looking at we well-rounded back. Let's just try use that to pinch off. The Cosmos is the universe. Why is it UK US? I'm pretty sure Cosmos. The universe. Yeah, right. Anyway. The universe. Cosmos, universe, whatever. In order to describe the universe in any ways that make sense, I would have... Look at all these. Universe, cosmology, dark matter, space, time, dark energy. In order to describe it in any way that makes sense, we're going to have to go back to the beginning. Because the universe has a timeline, in case you can tell. Especially the Big Bang Theory. It has a timeline. And there's a lot of proof for that timeline. Even though not everything about it makes sense, there's a lot of proof for it. And by the very core foundations of science, like the very core beliefs of science, we have to say, yes, this is what that is. So, anyway. Right? The cosmos, or the universe, started approximately 13.8 billion years ago, when the entirety of space and time was almost non-existent. However, it was clinging to existence and its future by existing in one instance. An infinitely small, infinitely dense point of both time and space. How can time be infinitely small and infinitely dense? Well, it's the beginning of it. And how can space be infinitely small and infinitely dense? Okay, here. Let me show you this. Not that. Let me show you a 3D sphere. Right? You see where I'm going with this? No? Okay, so imagine... Hold on, I gotta find... Okay. No, wait, that doesn't... Whatever. Imagine that you are a point on the sphere, right? Let's say you are here. Oh god. Oh, okay. Let's say that you're here, right? And if you... This two-dimensional, right? You're here. You could only move left, right, up, down. You can't move in or out because that would... Okay, let me ask you this. Can you move in any fourth dimensional direction? Can you? No? Alright, didn't think so. Then in this scenario, you can't move any three-dimensional direction. Alright, yeah. Actually, I want you to try and move in a four-dimensional direction right now. Like, what do you think 3D means? 3 dimensions, right? There is up and down, left and right, forward and backwards, and I can't do the forward-backward motion with my mouse because this is on a 2D screen. It's flat. It's a rectangle, right? There is an in and out, but you can't pull the mouse off of the screen. That would be in and out. It's two-dimensional. It physically has the incapability of pulling itself off of the screen, and that's a lot saying for it because it can't really, slap itself out of the boundaries of the screen. I've imagined that recently, actually, to where the mouse breaks out of the side of the screen. I could still control it with my mouse machine, but it's just flying around the room. I can control the cursor with my. That's the word. Okay. Anyway, so this would be you walk around. All right, you're walking around. Oh, what's this? You would appear to have arrived where you started, but how is that possible? You didn't go backwards. Well, you went around space-time. Although probably not a perfect sphere, like this one. This is definitely not a perfect sphere. This would be a two-dimensional reflection of our universe, along with some other very key alterations with, taking away an entire dimension. Well, what do you mean two-dimensional? This is a 3D sphere. It's 3D. Yes, well, the surface of it is 2D. It's flat. Well, not really flat, because it's slightly curved, because if you had a... You know what? A 2D universe would not be 2D. The perspective of a 2D universe is actually 3D. And the perspective of a 1D universe is actually 2D. And the perspective of a... Okay. So, imagine you had a flat being, right? A being, a living creature, right? With all sorts of working biology and such, living, quote-unquote. It had a height, it had a width, but it didn't have a length, right? It wasn't long. It was completely flat. It had a mouth, could digest things, excrete things, think, probably use tools, do all sorts of fun, funky shit, but it couldn't move in or out. All right, that's it, basically. It would be living on a planet, which would be a circle, not a sphere. A circle is flat, remember? See, I never know how far to dump things down. No offense. Right, so it would be somewhere on the sphere. This is a trippy image. It would be somewhere on the sphere, lying flat on the side or the edge of the outside edge of a sphere, a circle. And that circle would be the planet. And the being would think that existence is flat. And then the planet circle would go around a star, and it'd go whoa, and it would go around and around on a specific point in that. And the star would move around a galaxy, and the galaxy would move in a direction around a sphere. And so when you go down to that scale, basically like when you go from like as far as the moon, the Earth is very clearly a sphere. But when you go to the surface of the Earth, everything looks flat. When you stick your head out and look in any which direction. That's what it would feel like, except multiplied bajillions of times over, because it's the size of a universe. This is the size of a universe, let's say. You would think that everything you know is completely flat and flat as can be. But it's not. It's 3D. And as far as your eye can see, or further than your eye can see, the universe begins to curve around itself. And if you followed that gaze for all of eternity, because space-time, I'll get to space expansion, then eventually you would meet back with yourself. And this goes with the same on every other point on the sphere. Is a point embedded into that infinitely thin, flat strip of two-dimensional curved space. I mean, of course, 3D could be flat, and it could be legitimately 3D. And there are actually theories that suggest that, and apparently those theories are strong right now. But at the moment, even though I might be wrong, I do believe that this curved space is the way things are. Now, obviously, I'm a dumbass when it comes to what's real and not, so I'm probably wrong. And if I am given an argument, then I will probably turn out to lose that argument. And if I lose, then I will have to alter my perception of the world around me. And that might mean changing my view from a curved universe to a flat one. However, I'd like to see your argument first, because I actually haven't seen an argument first, and I might want to do that in my off time. But right now I'm recording a very entertaining video that is like 20 minutes long at this point. Yes, it is 25 minutes long. Anyway, to recap, I gotta adjust. To recap, the universe is this. Well, it could be this. Probably is, in my mind. Probably not. Could be. Very well could be. Yeah, except it's flat, right? Scale this up to 3D and then scale the 3D up to 40 and then you're good. However, I'm avoiding something. What is 4D? Well, I heard a very easy explanation of it a while ago. You take a point in space and you draw a straight line. Right? That's one dimension. And then you take stay with me. You take another line. Now, I know this might be complicated to hear. Stay with me. I really want you to fully understand this. I can't tell what pace you're following me at because this is a YouTube video. Try and stay with me, right? Sounds crazy. Take another line. Now you have two lines that you can move around, right? And now take the ends, the tips of those two lines. You know how a line has two tips, like two ends. You know, like just let me search as why the fuck stick. What the? All right, see, 1 point, 2 point. No other ends, just two ends to the stick. You following? Good, good. I'm not trying to patronize, I'm just trying to make sure that you understand because I legitimately have no idea how close you are. And it's very easy, because if I just said, oh yeah, take two sticks, put them at right angles to each other, and then like any amount of sticks that are at right angles to the other sticks when their tips are pointing towards each other, that's how many dimensions you got. Pretty sure you didn't follow, so I'm just explaining it slowly. I'm explaining it too slowly. However, I don't give a fuck. Why don't you slap me? Alright? Okay, so. Alright. Two sticks with 2 points each. Bop, bop. And then a second stick. Bop, bop. Right? They can move them around, right? Take one of the two ends of each stick. So for this stick, it would be this one. And at the same time, in your other hand, for this one, it would be this one. Make them touch each other. Right? And then put them at a right angle to each other. Okay. So for one of the sticks, this is one of the sticks, and this is one of the sticks. And this is a right angle. 90 degrees, right? Exactly. With each other. At a right angle with each other. Now, in two-dimensional space, you can physically not create another third stick going in or out, up or down, but you can do these two. So, with what is physically possible in your dimension, you can have two sticks at right angles to each other. With two sticks, that would be 2 dimensions. There you go. Now, with 3 sticks, which we can do in this dimension, edge of a cube. Okay, whatever. This will have to do. Alright. Here we have 1 stick, the blue, 2 sticks, the green, and 3 sticks, the red. You see? They're at a right angle. What's this? The red stick and the green stick are also at a right angle with each other. And what's this? The red stick and the blue stick are also at a right angle with each other. They're all at right angles with each other, You see? It is now 3-dimensional. Because there's 3 yeah, you get it. So that is what defines a dimension. Now, in a one-dimensional space, you could obviously have 1 stick with no other sticks at right angles to itself, so you have 1 dimension. And for a 0-dimensional space, you can have no sticks Because there's no space at all. Well, there is technically space, but it's a sad excuse for space. Anyway, four-dimensional space. Why don't you get yourself four sticks, right? Make them to right angles with each other, right? And here, let me pull up an image of a tesseract. The quote-unquote. This is a stupid tesseract. This is the cringe one. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at me. I'm famous. Oh, I'm therefore real and such. That's not no. Yeah, there's some weird images of a tesseract. Your brain might not be able to easily comprehend what a tesseract is, but that's because there's just a lot of lines in the middle of what seems to be a square. This is the simplified version. There's a big square and there's a tiny square. But wait a minute, you may be asking. This line is at 45 degrees to all these other lines. That's not a line. That's not a line. And these two are at 180 degrees to either 180 or 0 or 360 degrees to each other. So they're full of shit. And I agree, full of shit. However, it's a visualization, right? Because let me look up layer. Layers in geometry. God damn it, why is it so hard to find? I said geometry, bro. What the fuck is this? What yeah, look, the geometry of it. What? Why is that? Why is there a picture of what is this? A taxidermy heart? Oh, hello. Oh yeah, loose structure. Wait a minute. Is this carbon? This is carbon. No, wait, right, that's right. I was really confused for a second. Never mind, that's fine now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, and 1. Yeah, that's fine. What is this? What molecule is that? I have no clue. Is there not a picture of this? Well, why am I even talking about this? Oh, right, to explain, how it all began. Okay. Basically, an infinitely small amount. Scale down our 3D universe to a flat plane, a piece of paper, right? Flat. And curve it around to its ball, right? And then make that ball infinitely small. That means that if you were to try to walk, then you would immediately swing all the way around the ball an infinite amount of times, and you cannot move because you didn't move your position at all, because any infinitely small amount of motion is still motion, and so therefore you swung around the ball an infinite amount of times. And so if you're not moving at all, then technically you're still moving. So it's basically a complicated way of saying that you are essentially at one point the entire time you are in this universe. Okay? Yes. Anyway. Scale that up to 4 dimensions, aka 3 dimensions, and everything is whoopty-dandy. Anyway. Space is infinitely small, and we can all just ignore the time part because, honestly, I have no clue. Probably because... probably to answer that, how is time infinitely small, is that it's the beginning of it. Like how it's the beginning of space. I actually have my own pet theory on how things are, but I'll get to that later, because we're kind of on a time crunch. Even though I'm trying to explain things very thoroughly, I have barely explained anything. Anyway. So you have that, right? Infinitely small amount of space and time, right? Now, what's right next to the sphere? Well, you seem to have immediately forgotten what I just said. There is no next to the sphere. Everything is part of that one sphere and there is no space, anything that can be plotted anywhere is plotted on that sphere at the same point. And if you try to move that point physically, you can't because it would infinitely swing around back onto itself. Right? And looking out onto that sphere, right, you would go back to that sphere example I gave you. You're sitting here on the sphere, you look out, and then your vision would immediately circle back to yourself, right? In any sphere, with your light being curved around it, because that's a flat plane of space and light travels quote-unquote straight, you would be able to see your head again. Now, if space was infinitely small, your head would be infinitely close to you. You would be inside your head. Which, again, shows that you can't have a head because heads have multiple points of space, and in this universe there can only be one. This one. This point. This baby right here. Damn. Look at that sphere. That is you and everything you know. For the time being. We'll move on to other interesting stuffs. But for now, this is all you know. This sphere is pretty much dumbass basic you. So anyway. To recap, infinitely small, infinitely dense. Dense being that this is literally a giant seed containing all of the energy in the universe as one singular point. And then reality happens, and then the sphere decides, okay, I exist as more than one point now, and then it becomes immediately an infinite amount of points. And those points now have a share of the total universe of the energy. Maths is invented, and then all of a sudden, everything's like, okay, time to expand, and then it all starts expanding. So basically, poof. Yes, and so with all that shared energy, a whole bunch of shit starts to happen. Introduction of the quantum particles. Quantum particles. What is that? Electron's one of them. What is it? The 12 particles of matter. 12 particles of matter. 4 forces of nature. There it is! Oh my god, it's melody shape. Okay, anyway. Okay, they're called the 12 elementary particles. Elementary particles. This is that sick-ass graph. There's a boson in here. We can ignore that. You got the quarks, leptons, and gauge bosons. And then you got the Higgs boson, which is not Haug's boson. It's Higgs. Haug, Higg. Right. I got these, I got these. There's the up, down, charm, strange, top and bottom quark. Why do they call it a charm? Anyway, oh yeah, electrons in here too. And then there's a tau, and then there's the neutrinos. What the fuck is a muon? I don't know. These are all the interesting things in existence, right? I don't know much about them. I want to. I'm gonna learn okay. Photon and gluon. Right, I know what these two are. I know what this is. I know the up and down quark. I know what a strange quark is. I don't know what these three are. They're probably just weird. Same with this one. This one's just strange. Up and down quark, or quark, they make the protons and neutrons. 2 ups, 1 down, or 2 downs, 1 up. 3 in total. 2 of these, 1 of these, or 2 of these, 1 of these make either a proton or a neutron. Don't ask me which is which because I forgot. The strange quark is a quark that converts all other quarks into strange quarks, and then it can cause, a giant release of energy and basically just completely deconstruct your very atomic structure, therefore killing you, and then it will cause you to explode with strange particles ejected that infect other living creatures or non-living creatures, cause them to become strange matters, and or die, possibly, if they are alive to begin with, then explode, and then everything just becomes a giant fireworks show. And it's like reality's way of like chaotic neutral. It doesn't care, but it will kill you. Anyway, electron is attracted to protons, and neutrally attracted to neutrally attracted to neutrons. You see, neutrons and electrons, you can't introduce them to each other. You can't get them in a relationship because they cannot. Honestly, they don't give a fuck about each other. Protons and electrons, though, those are buds, right? Protons are interesting though because by the way, how do the up and down quarks stick together? Why, with the gluon, of course. How do you remember this? Because it sounds like glue. Anyway, the up and down quark, right, are stuck together because of the gluon. And then there's a third, either up or down quark, that is also stuck together by the gluons. And that trio of particles, along with a trio of gluons, making it a sextuple of elementary particles. I gotta pop my neck and my hand. Ignore that noise. Completely ignore it. Anyway, that is either a proton or an electron, neutron, and this is an electron, right? Proton, neutron, electron. All those three are the three parts of an atom. And then also, there is the photon, and I think bosons are interesting too. I don't know much about those. And I'm pretty sure neutrinos are very interesting. I've never heard of a muon or a tau or a charmed top-bottom quark outside this graph. I know these three are interesting. I know that one is strange. And I know these are important. I don't know about the other three. I do know about these, though. Anyway. So that is that. Actually, I do know about this one as well. So I know about these 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count. I can count, guys. Don't worry about it. I can count. Right. So now let's look up a hydrogen atom. The first thing created after existence. No, actually, the elementary particles were created, and then after a good while, these were created. Elementary particles, and then also photon. That's important too. I know what 6. No wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. I know what 6 of these things are. I can count on a second attempt. Okay, here we are. That is the. Holy shit! This is literally what I was. I'll look that up. I'll investigate on my own time. Don't mind me. I'm just saving the image because it's actually. Okay. Yes. Continuing on. Oh, yep. There's McAfee Web Advisor. I don't know why you're still on my computer. It's just like a stalker. Like you could be here, I suppose. I don't know. What the fuck? I cannot with this. Wait, what's this? What's this? I don't know what that is. Alright. Hydrogen. You're gonna love this. Hydrogen. What is hydrogen, you may be asking? This is a perfectly simplified version of hydrogen. Alright, you see the red ball? That's an electron. You see the blue ball? That's a proton. And in that proton, there are 3 quarks and 3 gluons. And together they make a proton. And that proton attracts an electron because protons are positive and electrons are negative. So the proton attracts the electron through electromagnetism. You got all that? Right, this is basically the electron's quote-unquote orbit. And by the way, electron orbits are very, 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 very interesting. Although I do not want to think about them because my brain will kill itself. Righto. Anyway, you got this. That's hydrogen. Oh, hey, there's phosphorus. Ooh, boron over there. You guys looking nice. Oh, damn, you guys looking fancy. Neon, noble gas. Hello. Very noble of you to stop by. And then it gets to things I don't care about. Wait, what's that? No, I don't care about it. Alright, that is that. It's a hydrogen atom. No, this is hydrogen gas. Why is there a dot here? Click to search. That's a very convenient placing of it. Oh, god damn it. Oh, Google thought this was an item, like something interesting, and then it was like, you wanna find glasses? No, I don't wanna. This is hydrogen gas. Valence electrons. Ah, yes. Chemistry. Finally, time to get into atomic chemistry. I don't. No. It's. We just went from subatomic physics to that was atomic physics, and this will be a mixture of atomic physics and chemistry. Except more atomic physics and chemistry, because we're barely going to talk about any chemical things that happen. Valence electrons. Okay. Right, so, don't ask about any of the heavy elements or whatever these are, but everything else makes sense for us temporarily. In fact, this is the extent of what they taught me in school, which is another example of me being ahead of my school. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, so hydrogen has one electron, as you know. This is water, H2O. There's two H's, hence the 2 underneath the H. That's like a sub to the H, right? For how many H's there are. There's 2 hydrogen, right? H2. And then there's an O. That is oxygen gas. Not oxygen. That's an oxygen atom, right? 2 hydrogen atoms attached to 1 oxygen atom through valence electrons. Now, oxygen is the 6th element on the periodic table. Don't question the O here. Basically, okay, to the periodic table, which is right here. This is not the periodic table. This is that excuse. Here we are. The periodic table of the elements. Oxygen is number 8, actually. No, wait, no, it's 8. It's 8. I'm wrong. Carbon is 6. My brain confused 2 things. Okay, right, so hydrogen is 1. Now, notice a coincidence that hydrogen has 1 proton. It also has 1 electron. It couldn't mean anything. Coincidence for the time being? Probably, yeah. Or is it? Moving on. Got helium over here. And then over here we have lithium. Oh, damn. Over here we have beryllium. And then over... Okay, basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Numbers. All the way to 118. How long ago was this periodic table made? I think the one here is OWWO. Ogassinon. No, wait, is it Ogassinon? Here, wait, hold on. I actually gotta know this. Ogassinon. That's probably not how you spell it. Ogassinon elements. Oganesson 118. Oh shit. What is Ogassinon, ladies and gentlemen? What the fuck is Ogassinon? Ogassinon is the cap. It is the absolute limit. It is the muzzle on the dog. That was a terrible last one. Ogassinon is the heaviest element ever known to possibly, hypothetically, exist. And there's a reason for this, which is this. Shells. Oh shit. Atomic shells. We're getting exciting. Idea, could there be a 2 there? Could there be a 2 here, guys? Could there be a 2 here? 2, 8, 18, 32, 32, 18, 8, 2. I just noticed a pattern that I thought that was cool. It's probably going to be way too unstable. But, anyway. This has to do with the valence shells, right? So, on the last periodic table we saw, before I knew how to spell this, we had whatever this is called, 109 to be our heaviest known element, heavy being the biggest number. Now, all these others are hypothetical, but the reason why I'm pretty sure that they all existed, even before I knew about this other one, when I was taught it in school, before we learned about Ogasanon, or whatever it's called. Oganason. Oh, it's OG, right. Before we learn about that, learn about valence shells. Now, valence shells, you see how on the top row, there's rows. On the periodic table, you got 2, right? 1 and 2. This is a direct correlation. In fact, the periodic table was, this design of the periodic table was modeled after valence shells, right? This is the shell level, and this is which electron in that shell is filled, right? So it's basically like a graph. Like, take any row, any column, like any row, any column. For example, like the fifth column, the 3rd row, that would be this one. Phosphorus. I couldn't read it. I'm pretty sure it was phosphorus, but then I saw something like phasmophobia, and then I was like, wait a second, is this a meme? No, it's not. Did I see a meme? No. Phosphorus in the periodic table. Phosphorus has 3 electron shells, right? And it has on its 3rd shell, which, side note, it's the one that matters. On the 3rd shell, wait, am I recording audio, by the way? Yes, I am recording audio. On the 3rd shell, my brain had a fart. Hold on. I lost where I was. Phosphorus, electron shells. 3 shells, 5 filled out of 8. Right. So, on the 2nd and 3rd rows, you have 8 on each row. On each row. That is because there are 8 electron slots in the shells. On the 1st shell, there are 2 slots. And there can only be 2 electrons orbiting on the 1st level, on the 1st shell, right? And once those 2 slots are filled in, aka helium, 2 electrons, and let's just use one that makes sense. There's 2 protons, and by the way, gonna get this out of the way now. Doesn't matter how many protons or neutrons there are. No, it doesn't matter how many neutrons or electrons there are. The protons are the ones that matter. How many protons there are in the nucleus of an atom, which, by the way, let me just open atom nucleus. Says your day. Oh, here we go. Atom nucleus. These are all extremely simplified, but what you're gonna do, they're very, very, very small. Oh god, that's terrible. Here. This one. No, wait, no, I gotta go on the here we go. No, that's stupid as well. Here we go. Does this make sense? No. It does not make sense. This one does. Yeah, this one really makes sense. Thank you. 9 protons, 9 electrons, 10 neutrons. The amount of neutrons fluctuate between atom to atom. I believe that is called an isotope, when the amount of neutrons and protons are not equal or not Actually, aren't all atoms isotopes? Right, well, what makes isotopes different is the amount of neutrons they have. And ions are when the amount of electrons and protons are not neutral. See, these are positively charged, so when there's more protons, it's a positive ion. And when there's more electrons, aka negatively charged, it's a negative ion. Positively charged ion, negatively charged ion, right? An ion atom. And, there are ionic bonds in atomic physics, and that's the wrong tab. And this was the one I was talking about. And I gotta go back a bit. No, wait, okay. Yes, so the amount of protons there are, if there's, if you got like 2,000 electrons and 3 neutrons, if you have 8 protons, you're gonna have oxygen. It's gonna be one hell of an ion, but it's gonna be oxygen, right? I'm not sure if that's even possible, but it's gonna be oxygen, alright? It's gonna be oxygen. You can trust me on that. 8 protons, if they're stuck together, somehow it's an oxygen atom, alright? I don't make the rules, I describe them. That's the point of this video. I'm just describing the rules. I'm telling you what I think the rules mean, but I'm not changing what the rules are, right? Well, actually, these aren't really rules. This entire thing is a theory, by the way. The periodic table of the elements, atomic physics is a theory. We may have video footage of light being distorted by the very clear characteristics of atoms, but that still makes it a theory. It could be proved by something else. We may have recorded subatomic particles being leaked out of giant atom colliders like the Hadron Collider, using magnetism to accelerate atoms at colossal speeds, going around like over a mile long loops around a giant underground tunnel, and smashing them together, then completely obliterating each other, going down to their elementary particles, and then those particles escaping through a detector, and the detector detecting those things as they escape, passing through the detector, and then it registers them, and then we get proof, or quote-unquote proof. Actual proof is just evidence that you decide means something specific. It also means something else specific. It can mean 2 things at the same time. It's evidence of something. Evidence is information that you got to put to use, right? It's evidence, proof, whatever, that those particles existed. Even though we have all this supporting the theory of atomic physics and subatomic physics, it's still just theories. It just has a lot of evidence. That doesn't make it any less of a theory. There are theories saying that, the world is riding on a turtle, but it's still a theory. I'm just saying. Science is okay to admit when it's fucked up and was a dumbass, but that's the cool thing about science. It admits when it's a dumbass, right? It's not all about personal gain. It's not about seeming like you're right. A lot of people did go about it seeking for the joy of being the one to know, but it's hard to go wrong because the core foundations on what it was founded on. The foundations on what it was founded. What it was founded on, and its core system. Whatever. I'm just praising it at this point. Basically, you can be dumb with science, and you can have a theory, and you could have all the evidence in the world, and you could have some sort of godly creature come down on all of us and say, this is true. Here's literally an infinite amount of reasons why infinity is a thing. Or whatever. Or like, hey, the sky is red. Here, take off these eyeballs and you'll see. And then you see your blood. I don't know. It's still a theory. This is still a theory, basically. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. Yes. Protons. No matter how many of one or the other you have, protons, the amount of protons is directly parallel to the number. Aluminum, I guarantee you, if you bring me any aluminum atom in the universe, it will have 13 protons. I can't tell you the same about neutrons or electrons, but I guarantee you, I will bet my dick that any aluminum atom you bring me will have 13 protons. Because the 13 protons is what makes it aluminum and not fucking gold. Because gold has like 79, right? Yeah, here it is, 79. I remember 79 because I watched an episode from that on Cosmos where it's like 79 protons. So that's where I learned. Okay. And also, you know, my science class, having 13 and not 14, it's what separates aluminum from silicon, right? It's simple as that. Simple as that. Simple as that. Yes. And that is where we ride today with our theory of the periodic table of the elements. And now to get on to molecules, valence bond. I still can't tell you what the difference between valence and ionic bonds are, but I think they still use the same kind of quote-unquote system. So I'm waiting for you to tell me why it matters. Moving on. Moving on to the thing that I was on about in the beginning. Wait, hold on. No, I lost it. What was I? Oh. Okay, oh shit, okay. Valence electron. Oh, I was here anyway. Valence bond. Hydrogen atom. No, wait, no, not the. Oh, here we go. This is a water molecule. I meant to search. Oh, isn't that like methane or something? CH4, right? I don't know. My glasses are making my ears hurt. Okay. Eight protons, right? That makes it oxygen. And then there's one on each of these, so that makes it hydrogen. Now, something you may notice here is that there's two electrons riding on the hydrogen. That shouldn't make sense. That would make it an ion atom, a negative ion of hydrogen. What the fuck was that? I can't tell what the song's called. Stop petting that godforsaken cat. Alright. Two electrons. And then there's two electrons over here. And then you also got to notice that the oxygen has 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 on its orbits. Not 8. So it's double as ion as these. Or not double, more like a fifth or something. But whatever. These are ions still. Right? Wrong. They are perfectly natural atoms. You may remember that on the periodic table, I said that there's two on the top row. There's hydrogen and then there's helium. Meaning that for the first electron orbit, this one, and also this one, there can be 2 electrons on that orbit. There can be a maximum of 2. Right? Oh, would you look at that? There's a maximum of 2 on these. Well, certainly meets all the rules, but why are there this many? Mind explaining this to me? Yes, gladly. That's why I'm here. Oxygen has 8 protons, and this normal oxygen atom has 8 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then there's these two. 8, 10, right? Wrong. Actually, oxygen still has 1 electron that it owns. Here. They're just being traded continuously with the hydrogen atom. They're sharing the 2 electrons between them. These two are being shared. This is really cool because now the max is met for the hydrogen. It has 2 electrons in its shell. That neutralizes it. That makes it happy. This is what the hydrogen atom wants. It wants to be at its simplest form, and it wants to have a full shell. It's happy right now. And so is the oxygen. The oxygen has 8 atoms in its second shell, its second level. And that goes with that goes with atomic physics. On the second shell, if you have 8 electrons on your second shell, then it's a full shell, and then you're happy. There's 8 electrons on the second shell, and on the oxygen atom, there are still 2 electrons on its inner shell. Which, fun fact, is why there are 2 shells, because the extra electrons cannot fit in this shell. They have to fit on the second shell. And the second shell is now fit. And now these 3 atoms have made one molecule that cannot bond with any others because it is happy. Unless energy is applied, in which that will disrupt the system. But otherwise, it's pretty pog right now. It's pogging. Right? It's absolutely vibing. This H2O is vibing right now. And would you look at this? Methane. What is this? Wow. Oh, also these are you see this image over here? H1, H2, H3, or 1H1, 2H3. These are isotopes, I think. I think these are isotopes because there's a neutron on the proton over here. There's 2 neutrons on the proton over here. That can happen. This is possible. There's 3 particles in the nucleus here, so it's hydrogen 2. Or, I mean, 3 particles in the nucleus, it's hydrogen 3. 2 protons in the 2 particles in the nucleus, and it's hydrogen 2. They gotta be neutrons, though, because it sure as hell can't be protons because it's hydrogen, and hydrogen has 1. And if there were 2, it would be helium. Anyway. You see here that carbon is 6. 6 protons. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hydrogen, 1, 1, 1, 1. 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. With hydrogen, you'll notice that it should have 2, and with carbon, you see that it should have 4 bonds because there are 4 slots available in its outer shell. Well, the shell is certainly filled, so carbon is happy, and all the hydrogen are happy in the molecule CH4, methane. However, if energy is applied to the carbon atom, then it will cause the entire thing. It will cause this hydrogen to get ejected, so is this, and this. And so they'll all be simplified. However, they won't immediately go back. In some cases, the atom will go back to its normal state. However, you see here, 2 hydrogen atoms, they can bond to each other and make H2. Or 2 hydrogen, which is hydrogen gas. There's 2 hydrogen atoms stuck together. They're each sharing 2 electrons between themselves, and so they each have, technically, 2 shells filled, so technically they're both happy, which they are happy. And when energy is applied, take 1 energy is put into the carbon atom, or the entire molecule, then it ejects every part of it in a simple way. I'm pretty sure with very large molecules it'd be very complicated, or not. I don't know. It would be like that. It would eject the hydrogen, and the hydrogen will bond to themselves. And now these 2 can bond together, and these 2 can bond together, and then that leaves 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 lonely carbon atom, which you can do whatever the fuck you want with. If this happens, then you will have 2 energy released by the 2 new molecules of hydrogen gas forming. Put 1 energy in, get 2 energy out of it. If you so happen to have a surplus of methane, then those 2 energy will go into other methane molecules and cause a chemical reaction to occur again. And it's a chain reaction that occurs and releases more and more energy as time goes on. It's an exponential amount of energy. And in the physical large world, where these massive quantities of methane gas would be in the form of, like, not even methane gas, methane liquid, perhaps, methane solid, which would be really weird, but okay. A concentration of methane, if energy is applied to it, it'll snowball, releasing that energy, and eventually it'll cause a fire. That's something that's observable in the real world. If you set methane on fire, it will catch fire and it will... You know, methane tanks, they explode. And no one has ever told me this specifically, but I think that it is because the hydrogen is releasing more energy than was put in to break apart the methane, which leads to a giant output of energy. And also, it just so happens to be an exothermic chemical reaction, and exothermic means I release heat. So, yeah, it would just release a lot of heat, and it would cause more of the chemical reaction to occur. Endothermic is where it takes in heat to cause the reaction, which is another thing. I'm pretty sure it would be endothermic to create methane, and then it would be exothermic to burn it. But that is literally what is happening here. Again, no one's told me this, but I could look up right now. Why does methane burn? Preferably not on Google Images, I would think. That would be a good idea. Methane is a chemical compound with the chemical formula CH4. I was right on that. Methane is CH4. It is a group 14 hydride in the simple alkane and is the main constituent of natural gas. Emits methane and makes it an economically attractive fuel, although capturing it. I searched why does it burn, not what the fuck is methane. Okay, I don't know. Oh, right. I forgot a detail with the methane. You have a carbon atom left over. Sure, you have 2 hydrogen gas, but you got a carbon atom left over from this. What's the deal, bruh? You just gonna let that slide? Oh, well, no, not really. I mean, I suppose I wouldn't want to let just a carbon atom hang around. No, of course you wouldn't. So, in order for this chemical reaction to make sense, and in order to produce 2 actual products, instead of just putting energy into a temporarily sustaining system and then have everything fall back in on itself because the carbon buildup is to a point, like, what are you gonna do, make diamonds? What are you gonna do with the carbon? Diamonds actually have to be made under very interesting conditions, and it would be way too unstable to survive for very long. So it would fall back down to methane gas. So you need oxygen. Why do you need oxygen? Well, you could use other things as well, but we're going to use oxygen as an example. We are going to use oxygen as an example, ladies and gentlemen, because that is something that my puny mind can comprehend. You could also use lithium in place of hydrogen, although I don't know why you would want to do that, because that seems kind of weird, kind of sus. Not gonna lie, kind of fucking strange. But you could use oxygen, yes. And you would have CO2. C with no number on the bottom for 1 carbon, and O2 for the 2 oxygen you have attached to it. I sound weird right now because I'm just coming to a recollection that that's carbon dioxide. Obviously, you know, breath. I mean, obviously it makes sense. I'm not like in disbelief. I'm just like, oh wow, that's cool. You know, CO2. You know, we all know CO2. You know, we know oxygen and CO2. We don't know about hydrogen. Well, a lot of us do, but a lot of us don't. Not a lot of us know about lithium. heck of a lot of us don't know about germanium or Oganesson, actually. Oganesson. Who the fuck knew about Oganesson before this? I knew about it because I was curious. I'd never heard about it before. No one ever told me about Oganesson. Like, what kind of conversation icebreaker is that? Hey, did you hear about Oganesson? Yeah, it's like the heaviest element out there. I'm not calling you fat. I'm just bringing it up. I blew it. Yeah, no, you don't do that. You just have a conversation, first of all. And second of all, you don't bring it. So, it's just very cool that, you know, we get to hear about one of our good old friends, one of the two most, well, at least for me, there are two, along with H2O. I mean, we all know H2O, O2, CO2, CH4. Just kidding. We don't. Who knew about methane? I guarantee you, there are some guys or girls or people. Oh fuck! There are some people that work with methane trading. And they might not know what methane is. This might be new information to them. Who knows? It's fun not knowing what your audience is on YouTube, because like I could be talking to one of those people right now. Hey guys, did you know this? Yeah. So anyway, this is that. It would create CO2, but it wouldn't just be. Hi, my brother just came in with a robe. Did you take a shower or something?
I'm definitely not naked right now.
You're not.
Definitely.
Okay, I was actually recording a video, so shh. Yes, I see. Shh. Oh, hi. If people just decided to come in here. Oh. Okay. Oh my god. No. Do not click a button. Don't do it. Oh my god. Okay, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, what were we talking about? I completely forgot. We were talking about CH4, aka methane gas, reacting with oxygen gas to produce CO2 and H2. Now, how many oxygen would we need in order to do this? Well, that is where we get into a little something I like to call equations, but not math equations, chemistry equations. Let me pull up my drive and go into this untitled document that I use for random things, such as Minecraft. Okay, so we got CH4, and then we got plus O2, and then that equals, no wait, no, equals, how do we, I got this. What was it? H2 plus CO2. Right. Now let's look at this equation. We got one carbon here. However, in this one we have 4 hydrogen and then we have 2 hydrogen over here. So we got to make this a 2. Right? And now there's multiplication. You got 2 and 2 here. That makes 4 hydrogen atoms on this side and 4 hydrogen atoms on this side. 1 carbon on this side, 1 carbon on this side. 2 oxygen on this side, 2 oxygen on this side. That is the entire equation. 1 methane molecule and 1 oxygen molecule produce 2 hydrogen gas molecules and 1 CO2 molecule. And then let me look up, that's the wrong tab. Let me look up methane burning chemical equation. Yes, actually, tab was a good one. I'll go to images. Oh, wait a second. Wait, 202? Wait a minute. Wait, does this not work? Wait. Wait, was I wrong? Was I wrong? Wait a second. Wait, hold on. Wait, there's 4 H's here. There is 1 C here, and there's 2 O here. And for the other side, 4 H's, 1 C. Huh? Okay. I've been staying here for the past 10 hours. Yes, alright. Anyway, moving on. Alright, there's 1 C, and then there's 2 O's. What? Wait, are there two reactions for this? Is there a preference that chemistry has that I'm not understanding? Because I don't know everything, guys. I act like I know everything. I don't actually act like I don't know anything regardless, right? Shh. I'm being blown away by me being wrong.
One thing that I need to blow you away by. Imagine having a friend with ADHD and short-term memory loss.
Okay, I'm not going to imagine that because you're probably going to make some sort of fucked up joke like you usually do, like, oh, I fucked your mom. That's what you do all the time.
Yeah,
I don't find it funny. I'm just.
Once I get distracted, it's all over.
I don't understand what you're I didn't even hear. I'm trying to talk to these people about something. I'm trying to like make it engaging. I'm trying to make learning engaging. I mean, I honestly do not believe that anybody would sit through 1 hour and 22 minutes of me rambling about chemistry. You know what? I think I'm the one person in the world that finds this entertaining. Would you like me to tell you about chemical equations?
It'll probably go in the back of my mind in some test in the future, or I'll get one more question right because you start rambling on like the background of my thing.
But would you actively listen? No. Exactly my point. Yeah. People have to actively listen to YouTube videos. What the fuck am I doing? What am I doing with my life? What would you like to explain to me? Would you...
Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Saturn...
Jupiter.
Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter,
Saturn. Uranus.
Neptune.
And Neptune. Good job.
I remember because Neptune is the farthest away from the plane, from the bikini bottom.
As long as it works, Xander.
Quite literally in both scenarios.
As long as it works.
It's the farthest thing away from the Earth.
I remember what a gluon is because it sounds like glue. And it also contains the word on, which I'm pretty sure is the best way, and is probably what it was named after, if I'm being completely honest, because the coincidence is just too huge. Anyway, that is all for now. Fast forward, and you get interesting. I didn't even talk about fusion yet, and fission, and all that other neat stuff. You know what? Why can't we talk about it now? You know what? I'm probably gonna get absolutely no views from this video. It's gonna be an interesting video, and to say the least. Who's gonna watch this? If you made it to the end? You didn't, because you skipped ahead to the end. See, you were curious. What's the last minute of the video going to be like? I would like you to fast forward 5 minutes to where rewind to 5 minutes earlier to where these people entered my room and caused me to lose my train of thought. Because I was talking about something important that I found funny, and then you started making some sort of ADHD joke, and then I was like, oh, haha, no. Anyway, I have map art to make on a Minecraft server, so if you will excuse me, I will gladly do that. Thank you very much. Congratulations for watching the thing. Am I stalling to end the video so I can show you the map art progress? No, not at all. Not at all. No, what are you talking about? No, no. Wait. What are you on about? I'm doing this all by hand, by the way. Anyway, that's all. That's a whole video. If you wanna check out more cringe content like this, make sure to hit that that red button, the redstone. No, I mean the subscribe button. You know, you can hit the subscribe button. You know, you hear me. I casually mention big brain stuff occasionally. That means exactly what I already said it means. Yeah, you could hear me say it all the time, or you could watch videos like this, where I actively talk about it. But usually, when I talk big brain, I'm gonna use it as like a conversation icebreaker, like, "Hey, did you know this?" Like, you know, correcting people because I'm a weirdo. You know, stuff like good stuff like that. Good. Who the hell gives about a what? Okay, you're just not gonna continue. Okay. Alright, well, I gotta get pizza, and then I gotta get water, and I gotta go to bed.
My friends and I don't care about Godzilla versus Kong. All my homies and I want to see Honk versus Bonk.
I don't know what that means.
Peace was never an option in the Bonk dog.
Alright. Yeah, uncultured piece of shit. Anyway, goodbye, people. Wait, I didn't finish the outro yet. This is just as bad as the intro. If you want to see more content like this, with me, oozing my brain fluids out all over your fat face, then why don't you hit that subscribe button, and maybe hit the bell to know when my brain is plump and ready for the using. I see a honk. Okay. Alright. Yeah, anyway, that's all. That's all. Yes, peace, people. This outro is 5 minutes long. I have a very poor concept of time. I'm just gonna keep talking, and then I'm gonna sound like I'm rambling.